Alexander Isak. Newcastle's instant response to bombshell. Liverpool statement. Newcastle star Alexander Isak cranked up his efforts to leave the club for Liverpool. With an explosive statement on social media, and the club have now spoken out in response. Newcastle United have slammed the disappointing statement from Alexander Isak, who they remain determined to keep hold of. The Swedish striker has been keen to leave the club this summer amid huge interest from Liverpool. He did not join the club on their preseason tours or trained away from his teammates ahead of the new campaign, while the Reds have had a bid in excess of £100 million turned down. And Isak cranked up his efforts to quit St. James Park on Tuesday, citing broken promises from the Newcastle hierarchy in an explosive statement. And now the Magpies have hit back at the forward's actions and claimed that they would not be obliged to sell him should their demands not be met by Liverpool or any other interested club. A statement from Newcastle on Tuesday read, "We are disappointed to have been alerted to a social media post by Alexander Isak this evening. We are clear in response that Alex remains under contract and that no commitment has ever been made by a club official that Alex can leave Newcastle United this summer. We want to keep our best players, but we also understand players have their own wishes and we listen to their views. As explained to Alex and his representatives, we must always take into consideration the best interests of Newcastle United, the team, and our supporters in all decisions, and we have been clear that the conditions of a sale this summer have not transpired. We do not foresee those conditions being met. This is a proud football club with proud traditions, and we strive to retain our family feel. Alex remains part of our family and will be welcomed back. When he is ready to rejoin his teammates, Isak opted not to attend the glitzy PFA Awards on Tuesday amid the ongoing transfer furor. Despite having been named in the Team of the Year for last season, instead, he publicly broke his silence on his future. For the first time, I've kept quiet for a long time while others have spoken, he wrote on Instagram. That silence has allowed people to push their own version of events, even though they know it doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed behind closed doors. The reality is that promises were made, and the club has known my position for a long time. To now act as if these issues are only emerging is misleading. When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can't continue. That's where things are for me right now and why change is in the best interests of everyone, not just myself. Isak still has 3 years left to run on his contract with Newcastle. Eddie Howe's side are already searching for his replacement, with Wolves star Jurgen Strand Larsen having been identified as a potential successor. Alexander Isak statement. Newcastle star responds moments after Liverpool message. Alexander Isak sensationally claimed that his relationship with Newcastle cannot continue as he spoke for the first time this summer as his Liverpool transfer saga continues. Newcastle fans are convinced that captain Bruno Guimaraes has issued a cryptic response to Alexander Isak's bombshell statement. On Tuesday night, as he was named into the PFA Team of the Year, Isak sensationally claimed that his relationship with the Northeast club cannot continue. The Swede has been embroiled in an increasingly bitter transfer saga this summer after declaring his intention to seek a new project. The 25-year-old is desperate to force through a move to Liverpool, who have already seen one bid for the striker rejected. Isak is training away from his teammates after insisting he has played his final game for the club and was absent for their Premier League opener at Aston Villa. He also decided to stay away from the PFA Award ceremony in Manchester, where he was named along with 5 Liverpool players in the 2024-25 Premier League She. And seconds after his inclusion, he spoke, for the first time this summer, accusing Newcastle of breaking promises and, ultimately, his trust. First and foremost, I want to thank my teammates and everyone at Newcastle United who has supported me along the way. He said on social media, "I'm not at the ceremony tonight. With everything going on, it didn't feel right to be there. I've kept quiet for a long time while others have spoken. That silence has allowed people to push their own version of events, even though they know it doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed behind closed doors. The reality is that promises were made, and the club has known my position for a long time. To now act as if these issues are only emerging is misleading. When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can't continue. That's where things are for me right now, and why change is in the best interests of everyone, not just myself. But just 2 minutes after that statement was dropped, Guimarães posted an image of himself, proudly standing in a Newcastle shirt. The Brazilian quashed speculation over his own future earlier this year by signing a new 5-year deal, and remains a huge fan favorite. Supporters on social media certainly felt the timing of his post was intentional. One said, "Bruno posting this literally minutes after Isak's statement tells you all you need to know. Our captain, and we love you." A second posted, 5 minutes after Alexander Isak's dummy eventually fell out. Our captain and legend of the club, Bruno Guimarães, added this to his story. Another replied, Bruno Guimarães, posting this exactly 5 minutes after Isak's announcement is sensational tbh. And a fourth added, Isak posts this. Bruno posts this 5 minutes later. Coincidence? I think not, my captain. Guimarães was part of the Newcastle side forced to settle for a point on the opening weekend of the season, where despite dominating Aston Villa, they were unable to put the ball in the back of the net. That irony wasn't lost on Newcastle fans, who, after greeting their players with rapturous applause, sent a message to the absent Isak. "I think we deserved more, and I'm happy with the way we started," he said on the draw at Villa Park. "It's never easy to debut away from home against a well-coached team. We stick together. Can't wait for next Monday at St. James Park. Howie the lads." As for Isak, his position now seems increasingly untenable, with a huge decision to be made on his future before the window closes later this month.